I am going to try making Anthony Bourdain's boar stew with chocolate. Welcome back to Bourdain.
Everybody should know how to use a knife. Use everything, waste nothing.
Let's start at the beginning.
It ain't that hard, okay?
My name is Mitch May, and I'm tired of hearing Ryan Reynolds' Mint Mobile commercials. We are doing every recipe in Anthony Bourdain's layout cookbook. Very simply taking some boar, which was pig at ShopRite, chopping it up, searing it up, adding some wine and vegetables, and the kicker is adding some shaved chocolate. Not the chocolate syrup. I did that totally for hooking purposes because I'm a YouTuber. If I have any weaknesses in this world, it is wine, chocolate, and women. Chocolate women. If you'd like, grab the cookbook I have linked down in the description of this video, and let's get rocking and rolling. We got some carrots. I gave them a chop roughly. The recipe calls for 1 leek. I threw in 3. Those are gonna get thinly sliced. And we have some garlic cloves, crushed those up. And then finally we went to town on this shoulder, which should be boar. Again, couldn't find boar. So we rocked out carving away at this shoulder, which had hella joints, hella sinew. I did my best. It gave me some issues. And ShopRite, good on you for leaving the hide completely tucked underneath the wrapper, because I could probably make a coat out of this thing. Anyway, we get these chopped into 2 by 2 pieces. Throw this all in our bowl, which I found was too tiny. Maybe next time, Mitch, you could follow the recipe and do 1 carrot instead of 90. Add a cup of wine, give this a wrap, and it sits in the fridge for 24 hours. This is what we are left with 24 hours later. As you can see, we didn't cover all the meat. That's okay. There we have it. Oh yeah, you can clearly see what the meat should have looked like if I did a good job covering it all with the wine, but no, we failed. Now we gotta separate the meat from the veg. It's a mess, it's a mess. I think we're just going to get the veg in here, get the meat in here. If you've watched my coq au vin video, that is very reminiscent of what we've done in the past. When we marinate meat in wine, magical happens. All right, now we are going to pat our meat down and give it a nice little dressing of salt and a little bit of pepper. With our meat dry, we are going to add a tablespoon of oil to our Dutch oven. I realize it looks kind of dirty, but I scrubbed it as well as I could. Adding our meat, cooking in batches, and there is butter called for. I'm going to add that towards the midpoint because I know it is going to burn. Well, it's a struggle to get a nice sear on this, probably because I salted it and waited like 2 minutes and it brought out the moisture, but we're gonna rock out. I just don't want to burn anything. Fawns, I'm okay with. Burning, After the meat is browned, we remove that and set it aside, and then we add our nicely marinated vegetables. Over medium heat, cooking until brown and caramelized. Next, we add a tablespoon of flour and cook that for 2 minutes. Stir in about a ½ cup of red wine, reduce it by half, and add in our cup of veal stock, the reserved marinade, a bouquet garni, and the meat back into the pot. We're gonna bring this to a boil, reduce to a simmer, and season with salt and pepper. So here we are. It's looking lovely. As you can see, we are quite tender. I want to move on to the controversial topic, the chocolate that is going into this. Bourdain calls for bitter chocolate. I'm assuming that's like chef's chocolate. This is semi-sweet. So I am going to only add like a cube, a tablespoon, and the rest I'm going to add just like a little pinch of cocoa powder to deepen things. Okay, phase 2. We're going to remove the meat and the carrots from the cooking liquid and set that aside. We're then going to strain this liquid into a medium bowl and discard any solids remaining in the strainer. Return this liquid to the pot and add the meat and carrots. With a slotted spoon, transfer the meat and carrots to the serving bowl, remove the sauce from the heat, add the vinegar, and whisk in our chocolate. Quick comment of the week, because I forgot, and this is important. So we have from This Is Not Here. I gotta tell you, I love this series, but when you finish the cookbook, I highly recommend you keep going. And that, my friend from Canada, is really nice to say. I don't really know where we're gonna go, but I would like to keep doing videos. It's just a matter of balancing life and the reward and the passion. And the pork is just beyond, the pork is, oh, very tender, as you can see. As for the flavor of the sauce, it had zero chocolatiness, but it did almost take on a savory soy sauce vibe, which was interesting. For plating, we start with the meat, get the turned potatoes and carrots on the top with the sauce drizzled as well. Note that you have been heard. This is actually being recorded on my phone with a voice memo. There is going to be more recipe talk at the end of each video. For now, if you'd like, there is a video here to your right. You can follow me, subscribe is huge, and liking the video and leave a comment.